Hello everyone, my name is Matt Hardy, Big Money Matt, and I am hanging out with DJ Delz.
What's good? It's your boy DJ Delz with the one and only Matt Hardy, the legendary Matt Hardy. One of the GOATs. It's safe to say that, especially with tag team wrestling.
Especially tag team. I think right now myself and my brother, we're ready to cement our legacy as the greatest tag team ever!
Hey, that song, classify myself as obsolete. I know I'm
Obsolete!
Where did that develop, if you don't mind me asking?
That was one of my brother's original songs.
Oh yeah, wait a minute, that was a rock song where,
yeah.
Wasn't that on his album while he was in Impact actually?
It was an album that he made around that time period. And to give you a little backstory on this, I haven't talked about this a lot, but my wife's favorite episode of The Twilight Zone is Obsolete Man.
Okay.
And we had just watched that song, and we were talking about Jeff had a song like that, and whenever he was deleted, and I was forcing him to become Brother Nero, and our whole goal was to like break him, like mentally and spiritually. And then we were thinking about the Game of Thrones, whenever they had the deal where they were punishing the woman, Cersei, and they were doing shame, 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 shame. We were going to use that song and like make that our premise, and we were going to have my wife like do the same thing to him as he walked down the aisle. Obsolete, obsolete, obsolete. And then once he accepted being Brother Nero, and Broken Matt and Brother Nero were together and on the same page, we started using his song as like a term, a dirge for our opposition. That we were going to delete them by making them fade away and classifying themselves as obsolete.
Yeah,
so that's kind of the backstory
record.
about all that.
I remember that record now. I caught myself while I was asking you that. And then with the piano, that was through Rebby wrote that piano thing? Yeah,
the piano version. Yeah, she made a her own original content that she performed on the piano. She wrote all the notes and the whole tune.
Yeah. So speaking of music, because I like to ask like non-wrestling questions a lot.
Yeah, I'm down.
Because I'm sure you get a lot of wrestling questions. What do you listen to? Like, what do you like to listen to in the car while you travel all the time?
Yeah, I'm a big I'm a big rap guy from back in the day, like late 80s, early 90s rap became my thing. I remember we didn't have any radios in our house. Our mom and dad when we were young, and it was just our dad. And like I remember being a young kid hearing AM radio, like talk shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And whenever we did get to hear a regular radio sound, it was like pop music. You know, just like local stuff like Debbie Gibson, I think we're alone now. Ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Heaven is a place on earth. So that's the stuff that I listened to in the beginning. And then once I got a little taste of like DJ Jesse Jeff and the Fresh Prince. And then my friend who was older than me, a senior, started driving me to high school and said, hey man, you gotta check this out. And it was Public Enemy.
Oh God.
So that became like a big
Public Enemy #1.
Yeah. You know, and Public Enemy was like, I thought Chuck D was so cool because he was like, he had like this mindset and he was so driven to like, you know, stand up for his race and his people and do things. I thought it was so cool how motivated Chuck D was. It's cool. I've got to interact with him some now, you know, and just he signed a copy of his book and had a friend give it to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which was so cool, you know, and he's like aware that I was a wrestler. But yeah, I've said that all the time. Like Public Enemy was my first true favorite band, I would say. And I listen to all sorts of rap, all kinds of rap. And then in the early 90s, once the alternative music hit hard, myself and my brother, we got also way into that. Pearl Jam, Nirvana, STP, all those guys. And then a little later on, Kings of Leon is also one of my favorite bands now, so I dig those guys a lot. So I would say I'm like an alternative rock rap guy, you know, more than anything else.
What was the first concert you ever been to?
First concert we went to was a Pearl Jam concert.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen Pearl Jam live too at the Garden.
I've seen them live 5 or 6 times now.
Woo!
6.
Oh, so you're a die-hard Pearl Jam fan. You don't go to a concert 5 times.
Well, I'm definitely a die-hard Pearl Jam.
That's awesome.
And it's cool. I actually got to meet them. We had a deal where Stone Gossard, a member of the Pearl Jam band, his nephew wanted to meet myself and Jeff, and we did that at WrestleMania 19 when we were in Seattle. We met his nephew, and he took care of us at a show. We actually went out to Charlotte, and we got to go backstage and meet Pearl Jam and hang out with him. That was so cool. You know, Eddie Vedder was all in gimmick. You know,
for real?
Oh, it was so nice to meet you. You know, the whole deal. It was so great, though.
What characters from the Broken Universe is your favorite to do because there was other characters like you did, like when you had the amnesia, excuse me.
Yes.
Was that one that you enjoyed, that role?
Oh, that was a blast. Yeah.
The ice cream, what did you call it? The
ice cream socials.
Yeah, socials.
Yeah.
And then when you're building the house, or you're doing the construction with Senior Benjamin.
And Senior Benjamin was kind of taking advantage of me and like bossing me around. When I was the head guy, he realized I wasn't, at full capacity.
Do you just, how do you come up with these ideas? Like, is it just hanging out and then you're like goofing off with friends, family, and you know what, that would be great. When does it work?
Whenever I did the Broken Matt thing, like my initial idea, I remember I was doing Big Money Matt in TNA. It was the second time I did it. The first time I did it was in ROH actually. And I had done that. We did this big double turn with EC3, and my wife was in my corner, and she was great as a heel. Like it's a very easy role for her to be a heel. She's a New Yorker who's
shout out to Revy.
Shout out to Revy
Queens.
for sure. Yes, indeed. And we had that whole gig going, and then they changed some plans a couple months in, and Drew McIntyre was going to win the title, and I looked at it as a challenge to like switch up my character and do something different. And I said, you know what? I'm getting a little older. I obviously can't move. I can't do the things that I used to do. I said, what if I tried something old school? Because now all the young guys, they're much smaller. They can do all this cool stuff. It's amazing, the acrobatics and how athletic they are. I said, what if I did some real strong character play? Almost like a throwback to Papa Shango, or the original Undertaker, or whatever. I said, maybe if my brother does something to me and hurts me real bad, I will say that he's unlocked part of my brain. And either A, they'll think I'm crazy, and then we'll pull it off that I was crazy for a while, or they'll buy into me being like some sort of supernatural being who can do different things. And that was kind of the whole mindset behind starting Broken Matt Hardy. And it's so cool because like the TNA universe, the company wasn't in the best place at that time, but those clips of the Broken Universe became like this viral sensation.
Dude, I fell in love with the whole thing. I've interviewed almost everyone from the Broken Universe except Abyss. I've got Crazy Steve. I even got the script. I got everyone you could think of. Rosemary. Yeah. I thought that was brilliant. The whole storyline was like next level.
It was so much fun. And for me, I'm a big television drama series person.
Okay.
That's what I love. And like I fell in love by watching Dexter and Breaking Bad, True Blood, stuff like that. And I pulled from all those shows, and that's kind of what, the Broken Universe was my spin on that. Doing this, over the top, outrageous, fantastical, series. And that's what the Broken Universe concept was. And even in AEW, it's like more of a sports-centric audience, and the demo's a lot lower, so it doesn't work as well there. But I would, in the future, still love to revisit the Broken Universe and like have it be like a small series, put it on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
I would love to do that because it was so much fun, and it was almost just outrageous, over the top acting. It was just, you could be creative as possible. And my whole play, whenever I had the amnesia, as you asked about earlier,
I love that.
It was just like a way of like keeping the broken character fresh, because I knew if we went away for a little while, I could do something that would still be entertaining and very different. And then whenever I bring them back, people would, they would have a desire to see them.
Yeah.
And even right when we left TNA, I was doing that whole process again when I was the King in Gold. Yeah. As I like reverted back to my first vessel. And that was kind of like my mindset for continuing to keep the broken character fresh.
Oh yeah, and man, like when you were in like a cardigan and you're like holding your brother like while he's driving the motorcycle, and you're like this with the legs out open like that, and then he's like, go into the lake. Yeah. Come on, the lake of reincarnation. You're like, what is this? It was so funny, and like you gotta love comedies. I know you mentioned a lot of great shows. What did you mention? Ozark and Breaking Bad.
Ozark's great.
Yeah. What are some of your go-to comedies that you just could watch a billion times?
Oh my God! I mean, there's a lot to list, and it's more or less like I love like flipping through, and if I see a comedy movie that's just on, I'll stop. I mean, and it doesn't take a lot. Like I'll sit back and watch Dumb and Dumber,
classic.
Any of that stuff is, and the thing I would do with the Broken Universe, I would try and like have these more serious moments where it's like, oh my God, there is like some jeopardy, or there's some urgency or a sense of it. But then like at the end of the day, it's like pro wrestling, and now like it's outrageous and people know it is. You have to like be aware of that, I feel like. And that's why the comedy aspect works so well in the Broken Universe.
Oh yeah, because it was like the perfect mix of comedy and just like outrageous, outrageousness.
That's what I was going for.
and it was great. It was fun.
Yeah.
And I felt like that's something that was always missing from wrestling, like the fun thing. I mean, we love watching in-ring work, but also just like the vignettes and the promos. We grew up on that stuff.
I mean, it really. I certainly did.
Yeah.
It's a very character-driven business, and I love characters in my wrestling. Like, I think for people to just be straightforward, athletic wrestlers, competitors, it gets a little boring to me. I mean, but that's me. I mean, and the audience changes as time goes on. I think people that are pro wrestlers, that are great pro wrestlers, have great matches, and they have great characters too. I think that's where it's at.
Yeah. With AEW, you're working with a lot of the young talent. And you keeping up with them, it just shows, as I said, we got a legend in the building. Make noise from home, make some noise, and hit that thumbs up too. Like, what is it like wrestling, like this next era of wrestlers, and like you from Sammy Guevara to Private Party, like this Darby Allin, I can't forget Darby Allin. Like, these guys are the next generation, and
Hangman Adam Page.
Oh my God, yeah, you did, yeah.
You know, I mean, it's one of those things. As you get older, you just like, I mean, obviously, you know, this will be my 30th year of doing this.
Wow.
You know, and on top of just wrestling that long, it's not like I've done some pretty insane matches throughout my career. So my body has taken a lot of abuse, obviously. So I mean, for me, I try and wrestle as smart as I can, and I really just want to like keep up with guys and do what I can, you know. And I try and be a better storyteller as I get older, as it is anyway. So it's great. There's so many good talents at AEW that you can work with, where they can kind of compensate for whatever you might be lacking being an older competitor.
Yeah, but I think also, like, by you bringing all these characters into stuff, you don't have to do as crazy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because of the fact that people believe so much into the character that like you're like ultra strong, like, you know, like when you do the delete, it's like, you know, it's like if a damn Mack truck would hit, you know, like it's
I mean, and that's why I think character.
That's the psychology of wrestling is like.
And at the end of the day, I mean, enough people know wrestling is entertainment now, you know, so like go all in and like be entertaining, have larger than life characters.
Yeah.
And just the best thing I can say, I think it optimizes the viewers' enjoyment if they just kind of like let themselves go into whatever the universe is. Okay, this guy is so and so, and this guy is so and so. Go.
Yeah.
You know, and don't overthink it. Too many people watch pro wrestling, they overthink it now, and I think they're just kind of like shooting themselves in the foot. Like, let yourself have a good time.
And that's the one thing I love about like you and your brother, like and other wrestlers too. Like the ones that I categorize in a legend category. I feel like you guys are just being yourselves. Like you're natural. It's very natural. It's not like forced, you know?
Yeah, I mean, now more than ever, and I think in AEW going forward, I'll incorporate aspects of all my old characters and personas, but I'm going to be me. I'm going to be more of an authentic Matt Hardy than anything else.
Yeah. I noticed sometimes you give us a combination platter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Poo-poo platter.
Yeah, poo-poo platter. A little egg roll, a little this, a little that.
Yeah.
Which is great, man. We have a great time watching you, especially live. Make sure you get tickets when they're in your city. AEW. So food-wise, what kind of pizza do you like?
If it comes down to pizza, I am a thin crust pepperoni pizza guy.
There you go.
And it's funny, my wife, it drives her insane, you know, because she is from Queens. She's used to a thicker crust, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like now the kids like the thin crust pizza because they feel like they can eat more, I think.
Oh yeah.
You know, than like a deep dish. You know, but like she's like, you just can't have pizza that way. That's just not how pizza is. She's down for that New York style pizza. You know?
It's so different when we come out here and we're so used to the New York pizza.
Very much.
But there's spots in North Carolina that's good. You just gotta find them.
Yeah,
know?
For sure. There's this place. Shout out Bob's Pizza. They've been around as long as I've been alive.
Okay.
And they have great pizza, and the kids love going there because there's a little arcade and, different games and stuff. They have like that family feel to it. But Bob's Pizza is a great spot, and they have thin crust pepper. And even my wife, she'll put it over once in a while.
Okay.
She usually won't humble herself to put it over, but she will. It's pretty good. I'm down to eat at Bob's, and she'll have a pizza and a salad.
How's Senor Benjamin doing too, by the way?
He's great, man. He's doing great.
Yeah.
He's a true godsend because like he actually comes and watches the kids, and the kids love Grandpa. They love Senor Benjamin, and he allows myself and my wife to have some semblance of a normal life.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, because it was so wild, like because he has fans.
Oh my God, yeah.
People love him.
He became insanely popular during the height of the Broken Universe, especially when they didn't know who he was, and we were just kind of portraying him as like this mysterious, secretive figure who, like, if you cross him, he'll like tie you, put you in the trunk, and you'll never be seen again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Played off like he's just this badass Hispanic dude. Be careful.
Oh yeah.
Step around senior business.
I'm sure he is a little badass too, man.
He is.
Also, Sopranos. You started watching Sopranos last year.
I did, yeah.
And have you continued that?
I've watched it all. It's amazing.
You watched? So,
Awesome.
what do you think happened at the end of Sopranos?
I think Tony got him. I think Tony got shot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I remember when that happened. It was such a polarizing event. People were so torn about it, and I remember hearing about that more than anything else. I had no idea about The Sopranos. I finally sat down and started watching it and went all in. It was just fantastic, man. I dug it. It's definitely one of the greatest shows of all time. And the ending, I see why it was such a polarizing event, but like, the more I thought about it, the more I was kind of like okay with it, you know, because like a lot of times whenever you end a show, it's hard to leave like on a note that keeps everybody happy.
Yeah.
I feel like Breaking Bad may have done the best job of any show because I feel like people got everything they wanted. Dexter just finished. As far as
I hated the end of Dexter.
Yeah, and
when he was on that boat, and I'm like, what are they doing here?
Oh, did you see the new season?
A little bit of it.
Yeah, I mean, so they had that, and even with this ending, better than the original ending, I would say, but still, like, it leaves some people torn. I feel like you can never please anybody, and I know that from being in entertainment wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
In the entertainment business or wrestling business, especially in 2022, because everybody likes to jump on their social media and they have to air their opinion, which is the most important opinion in all the world.
Yep.
You know, and everybody else is wrong besides theirs. So it's one of those things, you're never going to keep everybody happy, but I feel like if you have a percentage of the people happy, you probably hit a home run.
What series are you digging into now on your spare time?
Well, the last thing I just finished was the new Ozark season 4.
I know. The end?
First half.
The end?
Yeah, there's supposed to be a few more episodes.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming at the end.
Yeah, that was wild, right?
Yeah, because she is something else, that woman.
Yeah.
She's great. We don't want to spoil it, so we're kind of giving you the, you know.
So that's it. I'm at that point now where I'm going to start jumping on some new stuff, like Lost is something I'd always heard about.
Yeah, me
Maybe
too.
I'll
I never got in that.
I've never watched any of it, so that might be one of the next things I check out. But Yellowstone.
I keep hearing about that
everybody's
too.
putting Yellowstone over. I'm probably going to have to check that out too.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I just finished the most recent season of Ozark. That's the last thing I watched.
Ozark is so damn good, man.
So good, man.
You know what's another show you may want to dig into? Snowfall. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it.
It's really good. I recommend that.
Very cool.
So, yeah, man. Matt Hardy. The legendary Matt Hardy, man. Thank you so much for your time, man. And if you ever get the chance to meet this man, he's awesome. I've met him so many times, like at conventions, and it's worth waiting on that line. He's an awesome dude. I'm not just saying that now that I finally am getting a chance to sit down with this man, but just a stand-up guy.
DJ Delz, stop it. You're going to be blushing.
He is. Look at him. Look at him blushing. It's all right. It's all right. And can you give any business advice for, because a few wrestlers wanted me to ask this from over there. What business advice could you give a young upcoming wrestler, man or woman?
I mean, the best piece of advice I can give anyone, I think, is just make it a lifestyle. If you really want to be a professional wrestler, if you're young and you want to make a career out of it, you need to start whatever stage you're in, especially if you're at an early stage, you know, like start training a certain way, start sleeping a certain way, start eating a certain way, like take care of yourself, trying to optimize your physical shape and your physical condition, and know all the products, keep up with WWE, keep up with AEW, keep up with Impact, keep up with everything that's going on, and know your history. Like if you want to be a professional wrestler, I feel like you have to make it a lifestyle. It's not just something you can do on the weekends and then it will work out. But I think now more than ever, because there's so many different platforms and there's so many ways that guys can provide livings for themselves with all the way social media and technology has grown so much. You know, if you make it a lifestyle, you can really network now more than you ever could in the past. Like it was tough in the 90s trying to catch a break. You know,
I can only imagine. I mean, because it was always word of mouth. You don't have the internet now. Like you see someone like Dan Housing who could like make all these videos and put it on YouTube and tell stories. And even you utilize YouTube a lot. And that's one thing I give credit to you too, because you helped yourself get over so many times during, especially the Broken Universe, and then when you brought back the Money Mat, because Money Mat was something from before you had. but you would start putting it out on social media, and you're a mastermind on social media. You are.
I just want to say, you know, everybody loves the BTE, the Young Bucks blog, and Sammy's blog, and people talk about how Matt Cardona, you know, with his Long Island Ice Z series, you know, set the world on fire. Just remember, Matt Hardy was the trendsetter in 2005, the Hardy Show.
That was the first throne. You had the throne, right? You were sitting on. Didn't you have like a throne?
Sometimes it was there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Throne, but like the Hardy Show is a project myself and my brother did with our series of friends, where we do stuff that was documentaries, we do entertainment stuff, we do silly wrestling shit.
Hell yeah.
A little bit of everything. But yeah, that was the original vlog. You're welcome, Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona. You're welcome, Matt and Nick, Young Bucks. You're welcome, Sammy.
Just a wee fee, that's all he wants.
Yeah, just a wee fee.
Just a wee fee.
Or
30%.
Since you guys are doing my gig, maybe just a large charge.
There you go. Bong bong. Oh, also, one more question. I'm sorry. I know you probably have a lot of people, when they meet you, they're like super excited and they're like, oh my God, I love this match. And sometimes you probably hear the same match over and over again. Is there any match that you're super proud of that you feel does not get enough acknowledgement?
Yeah, actually, it's funny now that we just talked about the Big Money Mat EC3, the double turn that we did. The Big Money Mat EC3 double turn match where I won the TNA World title from. That match was like a street fight, no DQ match. That match doesn't get the love it deserves. It was a great match. TNA had a very fledgling audience at that time, so that match has never got the amount of love that it truly deserves. Very, very underrated.
Let's look up that match, guys. Yeah. And you and EC3 had great chemistry together too.
Yeah, I enjoyed working with him very much.
Yeah, I hope to see that again soon.
Yeah,
too.
I would like to as well.
And we can't wait to see the Hardys back. We're gonna see them back.
We cannot wait. Yeah, every Saturday. Every Saturday, yeah, on the Twitter and Instagram. I do Hardy Memories, you know, until we reunite, which is March 12th, 2022.
Guys, follow him, Matt Hardy Brand, for all your needs, okay? That's across the board, right? Instagram, Twitter, even the YouTube, right? All right, awesome. Much love, guys. Hit that thumbs up, share this video, or you will be deleted. We out.